From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's Monday, December 21st, and right now on Good Morning Indiana. As Moderna's newly approved COVID-19 vaccine arrives in Indiana, today more healthcare workers are rolling up their sleeves. We're taking you inside Riley Hospital for Children as healthcare workers get their shots.
I went from being a piece of crap to humbling myself before God.
Serving those who serve their time, the new program that's helping former inmates adjust to freedom during this pandemic.
We've got the food to feed you and the people to love you to give it to you.
And a local soup kitchen working to make sure no one goes hungry this holiday season, what they're doing to keep everyone safe and their stomachs full.
And thanks for joining our team here on this Monday morning, the Monday before our Christmas holiday. It's great to be back here with my friends Alyssa Donovan and Rafael Sanchez. Rafael, it's great to see you down there in Johnson County.
Lauren, let me just gush with glee. It is great to have you back. I know you had a couple of days off. It is good to see you back in Studio A. It's also good to see our good friend, meteorologist Alyssa Donovan. Good morning, Alyssa. Hope you're having a good start to your Monday morning.
Well, of course I am. I'm starting it with you guys.
Oh,
how about that?
Thank you.
We are going to see a pretty good start to our day. Things are going to change about mid-morning, though. We do have a system moving into the area that's already crossing the Illinois-Indiana border. That's going to just bring us some quick spot showers through the midday hour, and then we are going to see that clear out by the afternoon, and then we'll see mostly sunny to clear skies later today. So that will just be a very quick system. But as it moves out, winds are going to pick up. Those winds are going to gust close to 25 miles per hour by midday, and then 30 miles per hour this late afternoon and early evening. So that's not damaging winds, but it is something you're going to notice if you walk outside. Highs today into the mid-40s. That's about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. So consider it kind of a warm day. And then we are going to see those temperatures climb a little bit each day leading up to Christmas, and then they plummet just in time for the holiday. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Let's take a look at traffic as you're heading out the door this Monday morning. Pretty quiet down here in Beech Grove. Good morning to you. This is I-465, a view near Emerson Avenue. Traffic on the interstate is traveling smoothly, pretty quiet out that way. And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated if there are any trouble spots you should avoid this morning. Rafael?
New this morning, Lauren, Metro Police looking for the driver involved in a deadly hit-and-run crash. This happening on the west side of Indianapolis. These are the details as we know them right now on Good Morning Indiana. Police say the driver hit a man walking on West Washington Street at Biltmore Avenue. That's directly in front of the Wayne Township Fire Station number 82. We're told the man died from his injuries at the hospital. Investigators say that they believe surveillance video will help them determine the driver involved in that fatal crash.
And the coronavirus pandemic continues to have a severe impact on the Hoosier state, so let's take a look at the latest numbers. On Sunday, the state health department reported nearly 6,600 new coronavirus cases. Health officials also report 53 more Hoosiers have died with the virus. An average of 65 Hoosiers have died with the virus each day this month. The state's 7-day positivity rate is falling, though. It's now at 12.2%.
And Lauren, with those numbers, hundreds of frontline workers are rolling up their sleeves to get their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. We stopped by Riley's Hospital's vaccine clinic to see their efforts. Riley's clinic is one of 7 in which IU Health is administering the vaccine right here in central Indiana. On Sunday, 290 people received the first of 2 shots. Volunteers are giving around 24 shots per hour to healthcare workers. And many of those healthcare workers are hoping that their trust in the vaccine will inspire you to feel safe about receiving it when it becomes available.
I'm a frontline worker and I'm exposed to COVID on a daily basis. And I also think it's important for my family. And I hope that I can set a good example and show people that it's safe and that we all need to do this to get through this pandemic.
A big thank you to all healthcare workers. Vaccination clinics like the one at Riley Hospital are encouraging patients to sign up for a program. This program is called Be Safe, which you can download on your phone. This tracks symptoms and reactions of the vaccines in people around the country. Lauren?
And Raphael, if you have any questions or any concerns about the COVID-19 vaccines, we're working for you with an entire section on our website. You can log into WRTV.com/coronavirus. There you'll find more information in a question and answer format. Plus, we also have all the latest coverage from our team in this section as well, including stories from experts, frontline workers, and those who have battled the virus.
This year, soup kitchens across the country are really doing their best to feed those in need. WRTV's Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning from Hancock County with a local effort from one group that's helping those facing hunger. And Kelsey, can I call this generosity in Greenfield this morning?
Sure, that's what you can call it. But earlier last week, I talked to Executive Director Jill Ebert. She's the Executive Director of here at the Kenneth Butler Memorial Soup Kitchen, and she described COVID-19 as a cyclone, just circling their building, waiting to get in. And unfortunately, just a few days after our interview, someone did contract COVID-19 here at the soup kitchen, so they had to close. But because of the community, they were still able to feed people here in Hancock County.
We've got the food to feed you and the people to love you to give it to you.
Ebert says normally their dining room is open and it gives the homeless a chance to get inside and take a break from the bitter cold. But because of the pandemic, their dining room is closed.
And, I look outside and I see them walk by the door, or see them walk, down the street. And I know they've been out all night and they're cold and they're freezing.
But the soup kitchen isn't just for the homeless. Ebert says it's for anyone, no questions asked.
We also have a lot of people who have minimum wage jobs, and you can't raise a family on a minimum wage job. You've got to have some help from somewhere. And so that's the part I want them to know, that we can supplement.
Every meal includes an entree, 2 sides, and a dessert. And you could pick up lunch from 11 to 1 and dinner from 5 to 7, Monday through Friday. She says they make large sacked lunches for folks to have for the weekend.
I just want people to know that we're here, and we want to take care of you. We want to feed you. We want to help you out in any way, because, I firmly believe that God put us on earth to help one another.
So even though the kitchen is technically closed right now as they assess the COVID-19 situation they have, they are still able to feed people Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. They're going to be in this parking lot right here next to the soup kitchen, serving from a trailer. They're only going to serve now from 11 to 1 those 3 days, but they are going to give folks a lunch and a dinner meal. And again, you can get as many of those meals as you need. And again, it is no questions asked. She wants to make sure people know that there are no questions asked, and she just wants to make sure everyone is fed right now. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you so much, and thank you to the folks there in Greenfield for their giving efforts. The Kenneth Butler Memorial Soup Kitchen will be closed on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. But the annual Christmas Eve Day of Love and Caring is still happening at the Hancock County Fairgrounds. Now, they'll be providing some carry-out meals as well as giving out toys for families. This family event begins at 9 o'clock and goes all the way through 12:30 in the afternoon. Lauren?
Raphael, adjusting to life on the outside. There's a new program designed to help former inmates get back on their feet.
And what better way to get into the Christmas spirit than with some Christmas lights? Coming up just after the break, we have your chance, yes, your chance to win tickets to the Christmas Nights of Lights show at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. But first, your morning forecast right here with our very own Alyssa Donovan. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Raphael. We are starting today not too bad, pretty mild with those temperatures. We'll climb into the mid-40s. In the middle of the day, we'll see some chances of showers, but look at this. I want to show you our temperature trend this week. We're above average the first 3 days, and then we just drop by Christmas Day. Highs only in the 20s, morning lows in the teens. I'll break down all those details coming up next. You're watching Good Morning Indiana. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. The Rebound Indiana is our focus here on WRTV on programs and resources that are helping Hoosiers get through and beyond this pandemic.
Lauren, WRTV's Mark Mullins looks at a program that's focusing on the health of those experiencing their newly found freedom.
I went from being a piece of crap to humbling myself before God.
Spend a few minutes talking to Charles Miller, and you quickly learn he wants to make better choices for a better life for himself now that he's out of prison.
It's hard to, to talk to people, man, it show that you ain't that same person that you was that many years ago, man.
Charles was convicted in the mid-90s for burglaries and other serious aggressive crimes. The punishment? 26 years in state prison. He's been out since March.
No matter how much time you spend, 30 days or 30 years, it ain't, something changes, inside of you, and if you didn't have good skills before you got locked up, you sure in the hell ain't got them when you get out, and you can't do it without people, man, and that was my biggest barrier. I didn't want to trust nobody.
But now, bit by bit, Charles is gaining the confidence and help to be successful on the outside thanks to a fairly new program and way of thinking at the Indiana Department of Correction, focusing on what administrators are calling transitional health care.
Don't wait for them to get out and fail. Address the issues that we know inside, transition them out to home, hopefully to never come back to us.
Christine Daniel is the director of transitional health for the IDOC. She says this new approach helps fill the gaps for people leaving the prison system, adjusting to new freedom.
So maybe gaps in insurance coverage, which would affect a person's ability to get treatment. Maybe a gap in healthcare services because they had a wait list.
Before his release, Charles was having painful issues with his knees. Myrna Martin is a transitional healthcare liaison. She helped Charles to secure health insurance and ultimately schedule a procedure for his leg.
Once I got my insurance, I had my knee surgery about September, and so that knee is okay now.
His other knee is next, and then he's on a pathway to securing a job. Myrna also helped Charles obtain an ID card and register for Social Security and temporary housing. The goal of transitional health is to set up exiting inmates for success and remove barriers.
We really started to look at what can we do pre-release to make that transition smoother. So it's perhaps doing assessments that would normally done on the outside, inside, before they're released.
Though controversial, the program even provides exiting inmates with naloxone or Narcan, a drug which reverses the effects of an opioid overdose.
Why shouldn't they leave with this life-saving drug? They're a vulnerable population. It makes sense that they should have direct access to this drug.
The transitional healthcare approach puts heavy emphasis on an exiting inmate's mental and physical well-being with the goal of reducing the recidivism rate. That is, keeping those who leave the prison system from ending up behind bars again.
People releasing from the department are going back to all of our communities. They have served their sentence. They have worked hard, to maybe get into recovery or to address trauma from their past or to learn a new job skill. And if they're going to return to my neighborhood and your neighborhood, I think we all would want them to be prepared and healthy to come back as a productive citizen.
And that's exactly what Charles wants to be and is taking the small steps to get there with some help along the way.
If you get out, no matter how much confidence you got, and if you ain't got none, you just find somebody you can trust, man, because the system got to work for you, man. If they don't work for you, you got nothing to do.
Working for you, Mark Mullins, WRTV.
Mark, thank you so much. Since the program is so relatively new, it's too early to determine whether it's working or not. We hope for its success. If you'd like to learn more about this program and ways that it can help, we provided a link right now to the story on our website, WRTV.com.
Well, Raphael, the year 2020 seemingly has had it all. And now, for only the second time in the last 800 years, two planets are going to align in the night sky. So you'll want to look up at the sky tonight. Jupiter and Saturn will look nearer to one another than they have since the Middle Ages. It's called a conjunction, and this one is exceptionally rare for the close proximity. The result will look like a double planet. And given the timing, some people are calling it the Christmas star. That's because Christians believe that a star guided the wise men to baby Jesus. Well, the conjunction will be the closest tonight, about for an hour just after sunset. So now the question is, will the skies be clear enough to to see the planets, Alyssa, so we're going to go to you. You're the expert on that.
Yeah, you know what? We could see it. We're going to see really a mix of clear skies and clouds at that time. So if we see some peaks in the clouds, you might be able to see it, but I wouldn't count on it. Maybe just look up and double check at that time, but we are going to see still a little bit of cloud coverage hanging around. Right now, we do have a system moving into the area. This quick clipper system is going to impact us throughout our day. You can see it's just making its way over the Illinois and Indiana border, making its way into some of our western counties. What we're expecting from this is just a little bit of moisture continuing to usher in that cloud coverage as well. We'll start to see the potential of some showers right around our southwest counties first, and then we'll see probably around 9 or 10 a.m. into the central Indiana area. That's when we'll start to see those spot showers, and then we'll continue to see just a chance of those hit and miss showers until just after the noon hour. That's when we'll start to see that system quickly clear out. So when I say quick moving clipper system, I mean it. It's only going to be here for a couple hours or so. As it moves out, it's also going to bring those clouds with it, so we will see some brief clearing, but then we'll start to see those clouds move back in for the evening, especially areas to the north. You'll continue to see that cloud coverage throughout the day. As it moves out, also going to see those winds pick up. So this morning we're seeing those gusts still pretty strong, right around 15 to 20 miles per hour, and then those are going to peak this afternoon and evening about 30 miles per hour as those winds shift and become more westerly. As that happens, we're also going to see some warmer air filtering into the area. Tomorrow and into Wednesday, we'll continue a bit of a temperature climb. Wednesday will be into the 50s by our afternoon, and then we are going to see some wet weather on the way with that as well, and that's ahead of a cold front that will impact us the next day. Wednesday is going to be our better chance of some more substantial showers. That's going to happen in the afternoon and evening. Overnight, we'll continue to see that wet weather, likely going to stay rain overnight, but by Thursday morning, we're going to see those temperatures drop off quite a bit, which means we could transition over to a rain-snow mix, possibly even just some snow, light accumulation possible in Indianapolis by Thursday morning. So that's Christmas Eve. Christmas Day could see maybe a dusting on the ground, but not likely we are going to see any snow falling from the sky, maybe some flurries, and that's just due to the cold air that's filtering in. So we had that mild air in place the past couple days. Now cold air is going to move in Thursday and into Friday. That's going to take our temperatures down. By Friday, 24 degrees for our daytime high. Morning lows on Christmas Day, about 12 to 15 degrees. So it's just going to be a bitter cold Christmas day. The good news is we are going to see a little bit of sunshine. 46 today with those spot showers, 43 tomorrow. 51 by Wednesday with those afternoon showers, that slight chance of snow, maybe more of a rain-snow mix Thursday, then very chilly for your holiday.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Let's take a look right now at your commute. This is I-65 near West Street and MLK. As you're heading into the downtown area right now from the northwest side, traffic is moving along up to speed. No delays here to slow you down, but of course we'll keep a close eye on your roads this morning and keep you updated. Well, holiday celebrations may look a lot different this year due to the pandemic, but law enforcement officers all across the state want to make sure that you're still taking your precautions on the road. So as part of an effort to save lives and reduce deaths on the roadways this holiday season, agencies across the state are increasing patrols. Throughout the rest of the year, officers will be looking for impaired drivers and seatbelt violators. These overtime patrols are funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration through an Indiana Criminal Justice Institute grant.
As drivers, all of us, we have a responsibility to work together, follow the laws, buckle up, not drive impaired, make sound decisions, be safe this time of year, keep the roadways safe. So please, I just urge everybody to drive sober, buckle up, put your phone down, and not drive impaired or distracted, and again, use your seatbelt.
Last December in Indiana, there were 415 alcohol-related crashes, resulting in 105 injuries and 11 deaths.
So how would you like to get out of the home and see some amazing Christmas lights? Right now is your chance to win a family voucher to Christmas Nights of Lights at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. And there's that amazing music as well. The Night of Lights features a million lights synchronized to Christmas music. This all runs through January the 3rd. To win, just be the 6th caller right now. You know what to do. Call 317-269-1459. And if you don't win now, we are giving away more tickets in just a few more minutes. Of course, we'll be right back on Good Morning, Indiana.
The time right now is 6:25. Raphael, it is time to chat about what is trending at 6, so let's do it. Taylor Swift, she is still dominating the Billboard charts this morning.
Yes.
Her brand new album, Evermore, just sold more than 1 million copies worldwide in less than 7 days. This is Swift's second album this year, with Folklore being released over the summer months. So if you're keeping track at home, this marks Swift's 8th album to sell over 1 million copies in just a week.
Lauren, I bet if we send Miss Swift this script, she could probably make it into a #1 hit song just by singing the first 2 lines. I mean, she is so gifted. Good for her. Tiger Woods, Lauren, may no longer be the most popular golfer in his family. Why is that? You see, Tiger's 11-year-old son, Charlie, made his television golf debut over the weekend at the PNC Championship. The tournament features fathers and sons playing together. Tiger and Charlie made for a great team, finishing the weekend 20 under par. It's clear that Charlie has a bright golfing future ahead of him. We wish him all the very best. Alyssa Donovan, I opened the window here in the official WRTV living room.
I knew it
was
that.
like, okay, yeah, it's December. I got it.
Feels like December, looks like December. Yeah. Well, more wintry weather is on the way as we head through the next few days here. Today, we're going to see some showers in the forecast. We're just starting to see those showing up on the radar here in Indiana, right around Lafayette, moving towards Bloomington. Starting as that just light showers across the area. That's what we'll see through about midday. 38 right now in Indianapolis, 35 in Kokomo. As we head into the afternoon, we'll climb about 10 degrees, 46 for our daytime high with those midday showers. And then later today, we'll see those skies clear a little bit with just partly to mostly sunny skies. Breezy winds as well. Those winds are going to gust around 30 miles per hour. We do have some colder air on the way just in time for the holiday. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
Well, Alyssa, hundreds of local families will be getting a holiday puppy this year, but others may end up empty-handed and disappointed, ripped off by a puppy scam. Consumer reporter John Matarese has a holiday week warning so you don't waste your money.
Looking for a pandemic puppy or a New Year's puppy? Well, we have a warning that cute little pup you find online may be a scam to steal your heart and your money. Penny Lloyd wanted to buy her kids a Yorkshire Terrier puppy, a Yorkie, this Christmas.
It was for a Christmas gift.
She found an ad on Facebook offering discount puppies.
I seen this advertisement on Facebook. I opened up the app and looked at it, and it said, Yorkies for sale, half price, originally $1,400. On sale for $700.
So she messaged the seller.
I never got any response.
Good thing she never heard back. There's a good chance it was a scammer who would have asked for a deposit, as one did to Joe Standridge last year. She wired $400 via Western Union to a website, now gone, called bestminischnauzers.com. That was the end of the seller and her puppy dreams.
Called him, couldn't get through. That was the end of the communications.
You know, the puppy scam's been around for about 5 years, but the Better Business Bureau says this year it's getting worse and worse because so many people want either a pandemic puppy or a holiday puppy.
So it's very easy for scammers to steal videos and pictures of pets from the internet.
Sarah Kemmer of the Better Business Bureau says photos of real puppies get reposted at counterfeit websites. But the pups are always out of town, and the seller will ask for hundreds of dollars for shipping and insurance. So what can you do? She says ask for video of the seller with the pup.
Ask the breeder to do a video call using Zoom, FaceTime, and you can see if them, along with that pet, is actually real.
Chances are Penny's Yorkshire seller would have refused. The best way to avoid a puppy scam, shop local breeders or adopt a dog from a shelter so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Now on Good Morning Indiana on this Monday morning, this is your 6:30 news feed. Metro Police investigating a man with a gunshot wound found at the scene of a crash on the east side. This crash happened on East New York and Oxford Streets. Police say the shooting victim was driving the vehicle and a woman and 2 children were inside with him. he was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
A second federal inmate scheduled for execution out in Terre Haute has tested positive for the coronavirus. Lawyers for Corey Johnson confirmed his diagnosis on Friday, just one day after fellow death row inmate Destin John Higgins tested positive. Johnson is scheduled to be executed next month for killing 7 people in 1992. Now his lawyers are calling on federal authorities to strike his execution date.
Despite a big loss to Clemson in the ACC championship game, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame still managed to sneak into the football playoff this year. The playoff committee seeded the Irish at number 4. They will play number 1 Alabama in the semifinals on New Year's Day in Arlington, Texas.
And the Hoosiers of IU were snubbed from the major New Year's Day bowl games despite only 1 loss and a number 7 AP ranking. IU will instead head to the Outback Bowl in Tampa on January 2nd, where they're going to take on Ole Miss. Ball State Cardinals are also going bowling after winning the MAC championship this past Friday. Ball State will face Mountain West champion San Jose State on New Year's Eve in the Arizona Bowl. Good luck to those local teams. All right, here at 6:30, I want to thank you for joining our team on Good Morning Indiana. Raphael, good morning to you down in Franklin.
I would love just a little bit of Arizona heat. Just a little bit, not a whole lot, because if you step outside right now here in Johnson County in particular, you will feel, Alyssa Donovan, a light breeze. It feels okay as long as you have a jacket.
Yeah, it's a little chilly today. It should be chilly. It's December, and I'm embarrassed to say this. My producer had to tell me in my ear, this is also the first day of winter. The winter solstice was this morning at 5:02 a.m. So just as you walk outside and you say, man, it's chilly out, just remember, this is winter in central Indiana. As we head over the next couple days, we are going to see some warmer air as well. Right now we have cloudy skies. We have this system moving in from the north. This quick clipper system is going to impact us later in the mid-morning hours, but it is starting to bring some showers just into Lafayette, areas to the north of Lafayette, seeing some of that snow, and that's due to that lake effect from Lake Michigan to the north. As we head into the afternoon, highs today about 10 degrees above average, 47 degrees for our high. We'll be into these mid-40s, so we're usually in the mid-30s, so it's going to be a little bit above average, and then we are going to drop way below average as we head into the next few days. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Alyssa, thanks. Let's take a look at traffic this morning as you're heading out the door. Up on the north side, things are really picking up here on I-465, a view here near Michigan Road. Traffic is traveling up to speed both eastbound and westbound along your interstate. And right now, taking a look around central Indiana, no crashes to slow you down, so that is good news for your Monday morning. Raphael?
Lauren, we're following a developing story new this morning, an investigation underway in northern Indiana after a gruesome scene discovered by officers in Elkhart. The Elkhart County Sheriff's Office says it was responding to a welfare check at a home on Spring River Drive when officers found the bodies of 3 people, including 2 teenagers. A 47-year-old man and 2 young women ages 18 and 15 were found dead inside the home. The Elkhart County Homicide Unit is investigating this morning, and they say as of now, there appears to be no danger to the safety of the public in that area. Lauren?
The time right now is 6:33, and Congress is expected to vote today on a compromised COVID-19 relief deal. The package was agreed upon by Democrats and Republicans after a marathon weekend of negotiations. While many other countries have offered some generous benefits to people during the pandemic, Congress had been unable to pass another relief bill since the CARES Act was passed back in March. The House has since approved 2 other relief bills, but the Senate did not take them up before the election. So here's what you can expect from this compromise. Most Americans will receive a stimulus check of $600. It's about half the size of the checks from the CARES Act. Congress will also extend extra unemployment benefits of up to $300 per week through the middle of March. There's also new money for the Paycheck Protection loans for small businesses and nonprofits. There's also a 1-month extension on the federal moratorium on evictions that was set to expire at the end of the year.
From the help to your health, that stimulus bill comes as the pandemic continues to ravage Indiana. Here are the latest numbers from the state health department. The department reports nearly 6,600 new coronavirus cases. More than 120,000 new cases have been recorded since the beginning of this month alone. Health officials also report 53 more Hoosiers have died with the virus. An average of 65 Hoosiers have died with the virus each day this month.
Well, as the vaccine arrives, the push for people to get it intensifies. Next, a message from a doctor on the importance of getting the shots to as many people as possible.
It has been a busy time for the soup kitchen in more ways than one during this pandemic. Next, a live report on how they're working hard and getting creative to help out hungry Hoosier families right here in central Indiana. You're watching Good Morning Indiana on WRTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. It is 6:38. As people debate whether or not to get vaccinated, physicians are urging anyone who can get vaccinated to do so. Dr. Miracle Anokite is a neurosurgery resident at IU Health, and he received the vaccine last week. He says he didn't hesitate because the vaccine has a much higher effectiveness rate compared to other vaccines. He says so far he's had no symptoms. This morning he really hopes African Americans take him at his word.
For those who are debating whether or not to get the vaccine, please get the vaccine, especially for those in the African American population. The healthcare system has not been kind to the African American population and also to the minority population. We have the blight in medical history and in African American history and history of humanity with the Tuskegee experiments. And this puts a lot of African Americans, puts them in a place where they're afraid of the medical system and new medications and new drugs and new vaccines and new treatments that come in from the scientific community. Rightly so, they should be. But this is not Tuskegee. This vaccine is something that can help stave off the pandemic that is rampaging through the communities of African Americans, Blacks, Latinos, and other minorities as well. To better protect yourself and to better protect the people around you, please go ahead and get this vaccine.
So the Marion County Health Department has already been working with partners in the Black, Hispanic, and other communities during the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials say their focus is now turned to answering questions and addressing concerns about those vaccines. Raphael?
And Lauren, due to the pandemic, of course, thousands of Hoosier families are leaning on soup kitchens and food banks to put food on their table. WRTV's Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning from Greenfield in Hancock County with how one soup kitchen is coping and helping many, many families. Kelsey, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. So the Kenneth Butler Memorial Soup Kitchen here in Greenfield, they have not missed a day of service since the pandemic started, even now as they're dealing with a COVID-19 exposure, and they say that's all thanks to the community surrounding them. Jill Ebert says they haven't seen a large influx in people coming to their soup kitchen, but she knows the need is out there. She says they average about 100 meals a day, and they are serving to-go meals right now, Monday through Friday from 11 to 1, and then dinner is served from 5 to 7. Because of the pandemic, the dining room is closed, something Ebert hopes changes soon.
So I'm hoping that in the next few months, maybe we can get back to that point because I miss seeing him. We've become this little family, and we talk and we laugh and we cry, and we've just all bonded, and we don't have that anymore, and that's sad.
She knows the soup kitchen wouldn't be possible without the community. She tells me in 2019 they served more than 24,000 meals, and she only spent $800 on food. Now, because of the pandemic, they are not taking any donations of clothing. All they can take right now is monetary donations, food donations, and then cleaning supplies. She says they are cleaning like crazy right now, of course, like any other place. She says that, again, they are going to be serving a little bit differently this week because they do have a COVID-19 illness inside the kitchen. So the kitchen here is closed, but they're going to be serving in this parking lot right next to the soup kitchen from 11 to 1, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. And they're only going to be serving at lunch, but they will be giving folks lunch and dinner meals. Again, no questions asked. You can come get as many meals as you need. And again, no questions asked. She wants to make sure people know that. That way they can supplement where they can. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, reporting for us out in Hancock County, thank you so much. Making sure that Hoosiers have food on the table we know has been a monumental job this year. So next, we're going to take you down to Johnson County, where they're making sure that people have enough to eat through the holiday weekend and beyond. Raphael?
Plus, a number of furry friends have found new places to call home this weekend and why it's not too late for you to find a forever friend. But first, let's check your forecast on this Monday. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Raphael. We're starting the week with a bit of a warming trend. We're going to climb into the low 50s by Wednesday. We also have some chances of showers and a snow chance in the forecast. But look at this. Temperatures fall way down just in time for Christmas Day high only in the 20s. I'll have all those details coming up next. You're watching Good Morning Indiana. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Raphael, food insecurity is a real problem for many Hoosier families. That's especially true around the holiday season, and because of COVID-19, it's a bigger problem this year than it's been in the past.
And Lauren, while food banks are overwhelmed during this pandemic, an effort involving baskets, lots of baskets, responded to the challenge to feed hundreds of families.
Vehicles rolled out
all the way back. They'll tell you when to stop.
And pulled in like clockwork. French Cardille has not missed this day in 57 years.
The virus has made a big difference. A lot of people in need right now.
Food baskets to stretch tight budgets and fill empty cupboards, as you can see, packed with enough food to last beyond this Christmas weekend. This is the annual Good Cheer Fund.
We had cereal, we had some pancake mix, so those are things that we hadn't done in the past.
This is Rhonda Kendall's first time volunteering at this event.
So many people have gotten so afraid of the COVID virus that they're afraid to get out and help others or themselves. So this is great.
Rhonda felt the call to duty, just like she did when she served in the Air Force, caring for soldiers during the first Gulf War, known as Operation Desert Storm, which began in 1990.
Doesn't matter how you come back, you can still work.
There were some pandemic-related challenges, which impacted the collection of canned foods and limited the number of volunteers.
Oh, no, we would never cancel it. Yeah, it's too important to the community.
Unlike previous years, the baskets were left at the door. Delivery was contactless. In the end, 800 baskets produced during a pandemic by people driven on a tradition marking its 100th year of service.
And all of those baskets went to people here in Johnson County, including Greenwood and Edinburgh, Nineveh, Trafalgar, Franklin, and Morgantown, just to name a few. And of course, organizers, they'll rest for a couple of weeks, Lauren, and then start planning for 2021 in the spring of next year. Lauren?
Awesome. Love that story, Raphael. I'm glad that those folks were able to help their neighbors out. Well, several animals are now in loving homes, we know, for the holidays after a special 2-day adoption event at Indianapolis Animal Care Services. Shelter staff added double the amount of normal appointment times over the weekend for the Deck the Paws adoption event. It's part of an effort to keep staff members and the public safe and limit the number of people inside their building. We talked to a father who adopted a black cat for his son because he's a big fan of Black Panther.
Name is Honk. He was attacked really bad. Got a scar on his back and on his ear. Feel like he needed a good home, so we're taking him home and try to do the best we can with him. It's important to give the animals a second chance and really to allow a family that want to love an animal that can't really afford, to go out and purchase one. I think it's a better avenue to go that way as well.
Oh, I love that. Well, Animal Care Services still has open appointment slots through this Wednesday. IACS is also offering curbside adoptions and meet and greets for dogs that are taking place outdoors. And Alyssa, if people are heading out to maybe meet and greet an animal today or the rest of this week, a winter coat would be a good thing to bring along.
I think so, especially as we head into Thursday and Friday. Today, we are going to see some mid-morning rain. That's going to last until about early afternoon. Just a small chance of light scattered showers. Besides that, we do have some wintry weather returning to our forecast. Wednesday, we're going to see some showers, rain showers, and then we're going to switch over to some snow showers by Thursday morning. Christmas, it is looking very chilly. Our trend this week, we are going to warm up and then we are going to just drop down very quickly just in time for Christmas Day with those temperatures. Right now we have this clipper system moving into Indiana. That's bringing us some light showers across northwest counties. We're even seeing a little bit of that lake effect snow for extreme northern counties this morning. A lot of us, we're just going to see those light rain showers. Those should be moving into central Indiana right around 9 or 10 a.m. and then we'll continue to see just a chance of those until about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, just as that quickly scoots by. As it moves out, it's going to bring some of those clouds with it, so we'll be left with partly to mostly sunny skies in central Indiana. We'll continue to hang on a lot of that cloud coverage for areas to the north, where we're also going to continue to see some precipitation to extreme northern counties near the lake. And then as we head through the day, that system's going to lift out and bring with it some gusty winds. So we're going to see those wind gusts right around 25 miles per hour by the early afternoon, about 30 to 35 miles per hour later in the evening. So that's that type of wind that's not going to cause any damage, but it's just something you're going to notice as you step outside. It's going to make it feel a little chillier out as well. Looking ahead to Wednesday, so we'll be dry Tuesday. Wednesday is when we see a little bit more action. We have this system moving in that's ahead of a cold front. That's going to bring us plenty of rain showers Wednesday afternoon and evening, overnight Wednesday and into Thursday. Now, by Thursday morning, our temperatures are dropping off. It's going to be a little colder, which means we have the potential of that switching over to a rain-snow mix and eventually switching over to just snow. At this point, could see some light accumulation, maybe just a dusting, but looks like we could see just some of that light dusting on the ground for Christmas Day. Looking at Christmas Day, though, that's when that cold front really moves in. That's going to be a very cold day. Temperatures in the morning about 12 to 15 degrees. Highs in the afternoon about 24 degrees here in Indianapolis.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Let's take a look at traffic. If you're heading out on the roads this Monday morning, taking you up here to the northwest side, I-465 and West 46th Street, where traffic is picking up, traveling smoothly both northbound and southbound. No delays right now on your roads to slow you down if you're heading out to work this morning. Raphael?
And Lauren, it is Christmas week, and how would you like to celebrate with some holiday lights? Right now, it is your chance to win a family voucher to the Christmas Nights of Lights and at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. The Night of Lights features 1 million lights synchronized to some amazing Christmas music as well. This runs all the way through January the 3rd. Now, to win, you know what to do. You just need to be the 6th caller to call the numbers right there, 317-269-1459. Call now. Good luck from all of us right here at Good Morning Indiana.
It is 6:55 on Good Morning Indiana. Meteorologist Alyssa Donovan is going to have a check of your forecast in just a minute. But Raphael, first, let's talk about our top news stories for this Monday.
Let's get started. Metro Police are looking for the driver in a fatal hit-and-run crash on the city's west side. Police say the driver hit a man who was walking on West Washington Street at Biltmore Avenue. Investigators say they believe that surveillance video will help them find the driver involved in this crash.
Hundreds of frontline workers rolling up their sleeves to get the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Riley Hospital for Children is one of 7 IU Health locations where medical workers are getting the vaccine. On Sunday, 290 people from Riley received the first of the 2 shots. Volunteers are administering around 24 shots per hour to healthcare workers.
More vaccines arriving in Indiana today. The vaccine from Moderna is the second in the U.S. to receive emergency approval from the FDA. The first doses of the vaccine, they rolled out of a distribution center in Mississippi on Sunday. And Lauren, when that vaccine is available, whichever one it is, I am ready to roll up the sleeves and get it done.
Yes, and we do have some news in our forecast. A lot of people may be turning on the TV right now to get a hint of our Christmas forecast.
Yeah.
So Alyssa, what can you tell us?
I know what people are wondering. I know what they want to know.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They want to know if
What you
we're going
got?
to see a white Christmas. And right now, it's a little bit up in the air, to be honest. We have some snow showers coming in on Christmas Eve, but looks like we could just see some light accumulation with that, if even maybe just a dusting. So we'll see if it hangs on for Christmas Day to be on the ground, if we even get enough for that. But you can see that's where our temperatures take a huge swing as well. We're starting today. We're going to be in the 40s. We'll see a spot shower midday, and then we're climbing into the low 50s by Wednesday. Thursday is when we see that rain-snow mix with snow possible, and then Friday is when that Arctic chill moves in. Christmas Day, 24 degrees for our high.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. And we're back here in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America with news, weather, and traffic updates. Have a great Monday.